Bruh, there's no reason to get dressed anymore. Like in
Right?
life.
Like
There's
if I get invited to go to a wedding, I'm like looking at all my old dress clothes. I'm like,
right, don't even know what to do. Like,
and then I hate dress clothes because it just reminds me of the programming, like how they want a male to dress up in that uncomfortable tuxedo, make us all look exactly the same.
that's right, Tyler. You fight the patriarchy.
All I think about is when I think of evil, I see men in suits.
Right? Well, that's why Iranians won't wear neckties, because they feel like it's, submitting to the Western notion of appropriate dress. Oh, look at
Really?
hubby in there with the can already. Yeah, honest to God. You never noticed that? Look at any.
Well, I noticed it. I just didn't know that was why.
Oh yes.
Pull up my questions.
There you go, buddy.
I have 7 questions.
Look at you. All right, here goes our intro. Shh.
Watch Loyal to the Foil, but don't believe anything she says. Do your own research for yourself. Don't let other people think for you.
What is up, fam? Happy Friday. Good to see ya. Welcome to the most awesome show on the internet, clearly, Conspiracy Theory Trivia with my favorite and your favorite, Tylena Kiwala. What's good with you, fam?
Gotta drop the Lena.
Oh, no,
Either
sir.
Ty or Lena.
Oh, no. Well, Lena, maybe. We could go with that. Lena, right? Look at you guys in the Foxhole. Thank you. Coming in with all these. Thank you, hubby, for the can twice. Mike Concho for the cookie. Be the light for the can. White Claw for the aliens, she says. Awaken down under with the cookie. Stacks with the shade. Stacks with the can. Good looking out, you guys. Thank you. Man, what? So what?
Stacks with the fur. I mean, right?
All I can hear in my head now, for some reason, you got them apple bottom jeans with the fur,
Boots
right?
with the fur. Yeah. Stacks with the fur. What's up? How's it
Man,
going?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Little heated about a few things this week. Little
I
amped.
mean, it's easy to get heated every
Oh,
day at this
bruh,
point.
right?
I just got done doing the math on how much tax money I'm going to owe on my mileage.
Well, that's the thing,
Yeah.
right? Like you talk all the crazies. Now you're coming for my wallet, man. I got a problem with that.
Right.
Not even just eight. I mean, 8 cents a mile. Like, put the pipe down before you write the bills, guys. Like that's all I can say. Like, what are you thinking? Right? And
Right.
on what planet? Or now we got the $1.50 tree, right? The $1.50 tree. What are you doing to the Dollar Tree, man? Like, this is a crime against humanity. Like, of all the crimes against humanity, I'm pissed about the Dollar Tree. I just want to put that out there, right?
Buck fifty tree.
Buck fifty tree.
Yeah.
Shameful. Shameful.
The taxing that they want to stop. They want to stop all travel, right? They want us to be feel enslaved. How else do you do that? Like that's gonna stop road trips. People are gonna like they're not just gonna go here for the weekend anymore because it's
Right?
gonna cost them money. And they have to include that into their budget now if for a trip or whatever it is, and that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's obviously it's not passed yet. It's a
No,
proposal, but
but it's enough that we can bitch about it, man.
fuck, I know. Well, we talked about it a while back, and I'm like, I'd be surprised if that one actually manifests. And here we are, and they snuck it into the infrastructure bill. You
Of
know,
course. right? Like it's 2,500 pages. I was thinking the other day, like we need to get, 10 people that want to sit down and read 250 pages and then just take notes of all the crazy shit they hid in that bill. Like really be able to like go through it all or something like that. I don't know, 20 people, 125 pages, whatever. Like we need to break this down and figure out what's going on. Like if I had the time, I would read the entire thing. I just don't. But I could swing 125 or 250 pages real quick.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
mean, first of
wild.
all, the bill, it's ridiculous for a bill to be that long anyway.
Man,
For,
they don't
I
even
mean,
know what's in it.
exactly. They know that's on purpose. They
Absolutely.
know we never read the fine print, blah, blah, blah. There's all kinds of loopholes and plausible deniability and stuff snuck in there everywhere. And, obviously all little pieces of their agenda peppered throughout. And it's just all
Man, well,
bullshit.
like somebody was saying that there should be some kind of, I don't remember where I saw, somebody was saying there should be some kind of, like you shouldn't be able to vote on a bill you haven't read, right? There should be like a pop quiz before, like, you got to get like to make sure you know what's in that bill before you can even go vote on it. Like there
Any
should be something.
that makes 100% perfect sense. There shouldn't even be an option. You should, if you don't know what the bill, if you haven't read it, you shouldn't be able to vote on it. And
Man,
that means that the people in office can't even vote on it because I'm sure they're not reading all that either.
right? They get their little cronies to read this. Read it and
Yeah,
let me know if there's anything important in there. Right?
yeah.
Thanks, hubby, for the cookie.
It's
Oh,
and then they're like, no, it all looks good. It's like giving your lottery ticket to the gas station attendant, like, hey, is this a winner? And it'd be like a $500 winner, but he's like, nope, and he keeps it.
right,
Yeah.
right. Craziness, craziness. Let me see what's going on over here. What up, PC? I see Wingman Alara is over here on YouTube, frightening me. Bruh, what up, bruh? Leyland, good to see you. Good to see you. Melody, Amelia, Greg Herrera, uh, Loaves and Fish, Ashley. Hello, hello, guys. Good to see you. Wanderlust, Kate, Patricia Serdall, Matt Smith, Yowanda. What up, Cads? What up, Cads? Thanks, Golden Chris, for the can. Good to see you, fam. Got a lot of people over here on the Foxhole. Be the Light, Texas Bear, Stacks, Bruh. Again, Bruh's just like Woke One just navigates between platforms for amusement's
I
sake. I'm
I see
convinced.
woke one everywhere.
Right? Like he's got like 25 devices set up and he's just trolling chats across the board, I'm convinced.
The bot farm.
Right? It's the bruh farm. I'm cool with that though.
The woke farm.
The woke farm, right? Oh man, what else is going? Oh, did you see? Matter of fact, I just seen this a couple of hours ago. They're trying. There was They got declassed, or with the rather, they got access with the FOIA request to a study that was done in 2018 on the Havana syndrome. Do you know what they determined is the
No,
most likely crickets? Bruh, literal crickets. They think the crickets are just like I don't know. Crickets are just attacking like just U.S. diplomats and spies and shit. Like the crickets are so honed in with their cricketing that they're only coming at our state
I see.
representatives. What are you talking about?
I see right now. I see an episode of The Simpsons where they're all sitting around a room, some type of think tank, and they're like, "What is the next disease?" I'm like, "Crickets." Okay, they'll fall for that. Do it.
Crickets,
Pull the
bro.
trigger on crickets. Like, what the fuck? Like, they know it's a slap in the face. They're mocking us right
Oh,
now.
I swear. Like, tell me how crickets can cause like dizziness and hallucination, right? Like, okay, maybe you can hear a chirping sound, right? But that's the extent of it. Tell me what the crickets are doing, man, that is just honing in on our diplomats. It doesn't bother anybody else, just people that work for the state. That's crazy.
That's
Hey,
that's maybe it has some kind of code or something there. Maybe they're speaking
I
in
don't know,
comms.
but apparently that study was backing up another study that came to the conclusion that it was crickets. So it's just crickets all around, man. Crickets
Yeah,
all
but
around.
the studies are what you should be researching, not what comes from the
Right,
study. Who's performing the study?
right.
Who's
Who
involved?
signed their check
Exactly, right?
is the real question. Thanks for the
Yeah,
can, Doty Danny. Hey, Texas Q Patriot. Thanks for the phone. Much love to you, fam.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, and it's well, even if you're going to talk about like following the money, what something they do. I know when I was watching this documentary about underground bases, there's all these boring tunnel companies and all this stuff.
yes.
They always they never they're changing names and ownership all the time. So they're never leaving a paper trail. So you don't like it's hard to explain. But so it makes it very hard to go back into the records and see it's the same group of people, but it's different company names
Hmm.
all the time. So in order to go all the way back, like it's impossible to really
Well, I
research it
mean,
and follow the money.
the Rand Corp was doing underground boring how long ago? I mean, what happened to those guys? They're just out of the
No,
game now?
no,
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They change names.
right.
Like they just change names and they make it really hard to follow any sort of paper trail.
Melody says they must be interdimensional crickets. That's the only thing that could potentially make sense. Uh,
Yeah, no, there's cell phone crickets.
man, right? It's
That's
crazy.
what it is. The cricket cell phone
Cricket
towers.
cell phone. That's they just didn't want to say. I'm with you. I'm with you. Could be. Could be. Right. That's crazy.
All right,
Um.
ask me a question.
Oh
Let's
man.
do this.
Let's 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 do this, sir. All right. The Coming Race, published anonymously in 1871, gave an account of a subterranean master race and energy form, believed to be based on truth by occultists like Helena Blavatsky. And this spoke of what race of beings? Was it A, the Athenaeum, B, the Vril, C, the Draco, or D, the Nephilim?
The Vril.
The Vril. Final answer?
See, I mean,
Ah,
yes.
Medic Mo coming in with the can. What up? Go save some lives. What are you doing in here? Texas Q Patriots, thanks for the shades. Much love to you guys. Yeah, Medic Mo is Pissy Chrissy, by the way, on YouTube. My kid.
M- Medic Mo. Medic
Hmm. Medic Mo,
Mo.
right? Out there saving lives and shit, right? Literally. Let's see. Frightening Me says the Vril. Loaves and Fish says the Vril. Yes. Yes, it was the Vril. It's crazy because apparently this book, right, it was called The Coming Race, um and then it was also called like The Great Utopia or something like that, but they in the book, and this is the part that like Helena Blavatsky and co thought was true, that the Vrilya were descendants of like some antediluvian civilization called the Ana, and they lived in networks of caverns that were linked by tunnels. They were originally surface dwellers, but they fled underground like to escape the flood, the flood.
Sure.
um and then they were able to they were some sort of like they had like this all permeating fluid apparently that they called Vril, and it was like some sort of like spiritually elevated hosts could train their will, and then they could, I don't know, do telepathic stuff, and I don't know, I didn't see anything about the eye worms, but
Well, I mean, they're also that's also the Aryans. I mean, it's the same race, the Aryan
oh well,
race.
I feel so much better now.
Uh yeah, if you really connect the dots there, that's what that was all about. Um, and then that was the whole purpose of them going to Antarctica, is to preserve that bloodline, and they were breeding a race with specific
Well, the
people with
Nazis were
specific
looking
DNA. Yeah,
like how to get into what not Shangri-La, Shambhala. Like they were
Shambhala. Yeah.
looking for entrances to because they thought that there was some secretive like master race below the ground that they could get, powers from or whatever.
Well, I mean, you read all the Hollow Earth accounts, and everybody speaks German. Anybody that ran into anybody underground, they speaks German. So
Man.
makes you wonder. I just watched the movie for the first time just because it's been years, and I can't believe it took me this long. Iron Sky.
Oh, that is
And
look, I think there's two or three of them.
I know there's two. I'm gonna watch the second one,
They're
but
so funny. They're so good though.
yeah, I mean, they're based in fact in some
Right.
ways, but they do it like if you took that movie and did it seriously and not as like that comedy like they it could actually be a really good movie, and it could really red pill some people if it was done right.
Well, they turn a lot of like Men in Black. They turn
Yeah,
it into like
lighthearted. Yeah,
yes, but
because nobody's gonna believe it
right,
otherwise.
right. But they do
If,
put the seed in the consciousness though,
but
that
even
way.
in that movie, if you remember, um, the the captain or whatever comes in the room. He wants to marry that woman, and he says, "It shows that all of our genetics that were a 97% match. So they were supposed to, by law, they had to breed so they can create their offspring, their desired offspring, and they were showing disclosure of that in the movie.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. They had it all down. The sky Nazis, the ice Nazis, like they covered all the bases with that.
They had the whole like UN, like all of the nations had their own spaceships up there.
Mhm.
They were all lying about
Of
until
course.
shit hit the fan. Then they all had to like, okay, well, we were lying to you. Yeah, we do have.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can't believe you just saw that. Like that is such a good
it's
movie.
been years and years. I've seen it, and I just like I thought it was gonna be so lame. I never gave it the time of day. And I was
Well,
like,
when
I'm
you
gonna watch
first
it.
like it's one of those like I don't know. Now it's like especially if you look back with all the effects that we have now and stuff, like it looks kind of goofy, but if you just watch it, it's actually pretty good.
Mary Maya said, Iron Sky. It is about Nazis going to the moon in 1945 after World War II and establishing a base on the moon, and then basically coming back down to Earth and blah 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 blah. There's a lot of factual stuff in it, but it's also a sci-fi movie, you know.
Yeah, I mean clearly they took some creative liberties there, but it was pretty good. It was pretty funny too.
Yeah. All right. Let me read you a
Go ahead.
question.
You ask me a question.
Project Looking Glass, a reverse engineered oh, sorry. I already typo in my own question. Okay. Project Looking Glass, a reverse engineered ET technology that allows one to see probable future outcomes, is said to be located on the fourth level, also known as Alice's Lair, of what famous underground base? A. Pine Gap, Australia. B. Kirtland Air Force Base, Albuquerque, New Mexico. C. Area 51, Groom Lake, Nevada. Or D. Camp David, Maryland. I'll read the question again. Project Looking Glass, a reverse engineered ET technology that allows one to see probable future outcomes, is said to be located on the fourth level, also known as Alice's Lair, of what famous underground base? A. Pine Gap. B. Kirtland Air Force Base. C. Area 51. D. Camp David.
I'm gonna go with Area 51. Even though in my head I was thinking it was what's the one Phil Schneider? I don't know why I was thinking it was there.
Dulce.
Dulce, but I'm gonna go with Area 51.
Well, obviously, Dulce is not on the list.
Right?
So
I know you dashed my hopes with that one. That's all right.
we have C, 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 D, A, D. Um, share and like on all platforms.
Yes, please.
C. C. So the answer is actually C, Area 51 or S4, what is better known for.
Whoop whoop.
And there's actually diagrams that have been leaked years ago that basically show how it all works. I just watched, I think Johann Fritz, when we had him on the show, he showed us pictures of it also. But then Brad did in his
Mhm.
Project Looking Glass video also showed those same drawings, but it
Awesome
showed
video.
right, and it shows the Looking Glass technology existing on the what they call level L4 of S4. S4 is the base, but level what is it? L42. That's what it is. 42, 4-2, which is Alice's lair. And allegedly there's like a big white bunny above
Mm.
the door of this room where Looking Glass is. And we have
You know
Q
what's
with
crazy is I think there was a bunny painted at Montauk too.
probably could be. But what's interesting, where was I going with that?
Sorry, you know me interrupting shit.
No, it's fine. I was there's a white rabbit above there, blah 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 blah. Looking Glass. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, and Q or is always like Alice. We've had talked about Alice in Wonderland or Follow the
Mhm.
White Rabbit, all that stuff.
Of course. Of course. All right. All right. Tylena. There is a Stonehenge-like structure under which Great Lake? Is it A, Lake Erie, B, Lake Ontario, C, Lake Michigan, or D, Lake Superior?
I don't know. Ontario.
Final answer?
Yeah.
See if the chat knows. I first saw something about this maybe 2 years ago, and they had finally gone down and gotten some underwater pics of it.
I really wanted to say something else about Looking Glass, but I forgot now.
Well, feel
Anyway,
free.
that video, It's an absolutely. I shared it on Telegram and Facebook, and it's a mind blowing video. It's an older one, um, but I highly recommend anybody
Oh
who
yeah.
hasn't seen it.
Yeah, Brad's video was awesome. He did
Yeah,
really good job with that for sure. Let's see. I see a bunch of people guessing. I don't see anybody. It was actually Lake
Michigan.
Michigan. Yep. Golden Crisp got it.
I
Yeah.
changed my mind. That's what
It
I was gonna say.
it was under it's under Lake Michigan. Yeah, it's crazy. They were getting some kind of weird sonar readings down there, and then when they realized what it looked like, they went down, they dove down and got some pictures of it, and it looks like freaking Stonehenge. Like it's the craziest thing.
Sure. I mean, there had to be some type of purpose to Stonehenge besides what we think. And if there was any type of technological advantage to having that structure like that, you would assume there would be others like it.
Yeah, there. I mean, these stone circles are all over the planet.
Yeah,
So they had
I
to be
do
doing
know
something, right? Doing something.
that. Okay, ready?
Bring it.
According to according to Andrew Basiago and whistleblower Max Spears, what is hiding in plain sight located near a Hilton hotel on New Century Boulevard, just south of the Los Angeles International Airport? I'll read that again. According to Andrew Basiago and whistleblower Max Spears, what is hiding in plain sight located near a Hilton hotel on New Century Boulevard, just south of the Los of LAX? A, an entrance to inner Earth. B, a Mars jump room. C, God's apartment. D, cloning facility. I'll read.
Ah, man, I
So
don't know.
A, so what's hiding in plain sight there? A, an entrance to inner Earth. B, a Mars jump room. C, God's apartment. D, cloning facility.
I'm going with God's apartment. It's got to be God's apartment, right? He's got to have an apartment in LA. I mean, that's the only thing that
Right?
makes sense to me,
Hiding in plain sight, right?
right? It's right there. Whap. Go knock on
We
his door.
have BA, Love, Foil, and Alara.
Hey, Salah, good to see you.
B, Matt Smith, D or A. You can't guess two.
Yeah, why not?
B.
Oh,
So the
Divine
answer
Fractal
is,
says jump gate.
yeah, that's what it is. It's B,
Ooh.
Mars jump room. Max Spears actually gave the actual address
Oh,
of
really?
it, and then
Have we investigated this at all?
I no, I haven't. But then Andrew Basiago says the same thing. Um, who knows? But it's very specific to name the location.
Have we looked on Google Earth to see what's there?
Well, it's a Hilton hotel. It
Oh,
would
I
be
thought it was in front. Okay.
well, according to Max
Damn.
Spears, it's just in like an office building. People walk by it all day long, and you just never know. It's right there, right in the office building. You go in, and according to them, these things are all over the planet. These jump rooms are literally, some of them are in the middle of the woods.
I bet they are.
Some of them are just in like trailers that you would never, just unsuspecting trailers.
Man, trailer park
All
jump rooms.
yeah, no joke. Yeah.
That's why I guess
Well,
that's
like the
one way to do it, right?
movie Batman, one of the Batman movies, the newer ones, show that there's like a trailer by the river, and he goes into it, and brings that girl in there and presses some buttons, and the whole floor goes down like an elevator and takes him to an
I
underground
I
base.
bet I bet there's some crazy shit all over the place. Like
Yeah.
I really wonder.
Hmm.
You never know. You never know what's going on, man.
Yeah. They say you just go in. If you know what you're doing, you have the clearance. Like you won't know what to look for, and it's just gonna look like a regular room. And blah blah. You pull something up, you type in your destination or whatever you do, and then boom, it's like literal, like walking through a door, and you're on like Venus or another planet or wherever.
That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. Huh. All right. All right. I got one for you. Some conspiracists believe that we live on a prison planet in a matrix that traps us in linear time cycles that actually lets interdimensional beings feed on our energy.
That's not a conspiracy, is it?
Um, just some conspiracists might think this, right? They think that this matrix is contained by what? Is it A, the Pandorica, B, the Saturn time cube matrix, C, the Kabbalah, or D, a Dyson sphere?
I don't. It's either the Saturn cube or the Dyson sphere. The Dyson sphere is a vacuum.
Right?
Yeah,
Definitely we are in a matrix in a vacuum somewhere. I'm convinced. That's what all this shit is about, right?
it
Uh
is.
Loaves and fishes. I hope the prison planet thing is a conspiracy, right? Well, I know I've told this story before, and I try not to think about this very often, but if you guys remember, when I had the Paranormal Society at my house doing their investigation, and they were doing the spirit box stuff or whatever that the ghosts can talk through, and the one, like, the ghosts in my room were like, they were cool for a minute, and then they were like, he's coming, he's coming. They all got quiet, and then the next thing the thing said was, the light is a lie, right? I was
Hmm.
tripping. Like, we have the recording. I think we played it on last year's Halloween show, last year's Halloween conspiracy couch. I had played the all the shit they had recorded at my house. But every time I think of that, the light is a lie, I think about that prison matrix shit. It
Well, I
trips
mean,
me out.
I think on some obviously that's what the cabal or whatever, that's what they want. They want that to be, they want it to be the case for us.
Man,
We're trapped in this reincarnation cycle through linear time, which a lot of people don't believe is actually real. That's just like a program. Linear, like, time doesn't actually exist. It's a man-made construct. I don't know. What's the answer?
the answer is the Saturn time cube matrix, right?
Yes.
I mean, the black cube of Saturn cult,
Hmm.
them people. And it's crazy because Kabbalah, when you break it down, even it was kind of lightweight, a trick question. Kabbalah, Kaaba Allah, the cube god, right?
Oh, interesting.
Right. Weirdness. Totally
Well,
weirdness.
and so the black cube is, we also have the yellow cube,
Yeah.
which is like it's another looking glass type of
Looking
device.
glass, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But that one actually, that video was interesting. He said that one was like put out of commission because it would work with the person's lens or their bias or
Right.
whatever
Right.
whatever they were
It was
feeling.
dependent on their perception,
Yeah, so it would always look different. The outcome would be different for every
depending on who
person.
was holding it or
Yeah, exactly.
operating it or whatever. I remember that.
Yeah. And then, what's really interesting about that video is he talked about, so looking glass exists in three different pieces.
Mhm.
And in like, what year did he say? Like the 90s or something? It was all taken apart and brought to three different locations
Mhm.
across the globe. And it wouldn't work unless all three pieces were together. And they had planned on reactivating it in 2017. And that's what the guy in the video was talking about. He's like, because there was like from 92 to 2017 was like this window of disaster, is what they called it.
Right.
A window of disaster, meaning that this is where they would see any potential natural disasters. So they didn't want to use the technology until that window was over, which was in 2017. So you have Trump. They thought Hillary was going to win based on the cube. Didn't
Mhm.
happen. Trump comes in, wins. First thing he does is travel the world, all to all these specific locations. They think that he is gathering the pieces of Looking Glass. They get they get all three components, and within the same year, here comes Q. Q mentions Looking Glass, and then you have what we know is that.
Right.
So it's really interesting. I don't
Mike
know.
Honcho says yellow cube was stolen from the Egyptian tombs. I wouldn't doubt that.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
I would not doubt that. Right?
All right. Is it
Uh,
my turn or my turn,
oh,
right?
it's your turn, sir. It's your turn.
Hang on, I've got, okay, what do we got?
Gary, I agree with you. Like, Alara and I laugh about that. Like, except I'm cool with the ghosts. It's the space people that I wonder about, right? Like, I'm used to the ghost thing, but the space people, I don't know. Especially if they're spiders. Like, I can't do the space spider shit. What up, Sookie? Good to see you.
All right, here we go.
All right.
According to author, remote viewer Courtney Brown, PhD, what cloaked object is located in orbit between Earth and the moon?
Ooh.
According to author, remote viewer Courtney Brown, PhD, what cloaked object is located in orbit between Earth and the Moon? A. Russian spy satellite. B. A Navy SSP research vessel, Navy Secret Space Program research vessel. C. Data mining storage facility. D. Reptilian command center.
Ooh. I'm going to go with the Navy SSP Research Center,
All right.
but
So,
probably also Russian satellites and or the lizard people.
according to remote viewer, what cloaked object is located in orbit between Earth and the Moon? Russian spy satellite. B. Navy SSP research vessel. C. Data mining storage facility. D. Reptilian command center. The answer is D. Reptilian command center.
Oh, it was it's all the answer is always lizards. I should know that. Like
Yeah,
I should
exactly.
totally know that. I mean, how could I have missed that? Uh,
This person was asked to, they had suspicion of an object, and this group was asked to remote view it, and they came up with like all their whole in this book, all their whole procedure is in the book, and then all their findings and their conclusion, and it's really interesting. But they also saw humans there, but they saw like uh, lizard people and some
Imagine
type.
it's always the
Yeah.
lizard people, man. Always.
Mhm.
What up, Brooklyn? What up, Amy Joe? Good to see ya. Good to see you guys. Uh, yeah, Be the Light says all of the above, right? Yeah, probably all of
Well,
the above,
probably all the above is cloaked out there, but
right? Good lord. But it's always the answer's always lizards, guys. Every time. Every time.
basically,
Right? All right. I got one for you. This is kind of new information. This is actually kind of tripping me out, right? So in April of 2021, Gavi, right? Gavi, the Bill Gates Alliance, I'm not even going to say the V word, published an article postulating that the next pandemic would be from what virus? Was it A, Ebola, B, Marburg, C, bubonic plague, or D, the Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever?
I'm just gonna go A, Ebola.
And it's
I
crazy because
know,
this isn't even a conspiracy theory. Like this
I
is
know. n-
fact.
Neither is none of my questions. Duh.
Oh yeah, right, right, yeah. This is all it's all truths here, guys.
um, I I don't know. I mean, I know they have a plan for the next one, but um, man, it would be impossible for me to find. Somebody shared something that was just mind blowing on We the Media the other day, talking about it was like how I forgot what it was. They're trying to create like they're looking for funding to create a new virus. Like it was some actual study that came out in a article. It's like what?
Well, did you see the diffuse project that DARPA said no to? I was
Uh,
talking about this I think last week on where EcoHealth Alliance was actually trying to get DARPA to fund some of their coronavirus experiments, like in 2018, I think. It
I
was
believe
wild.
that
I mean, they're always.
DARPA funded Facebook. They found it.
Well, DARPA
LifeLog.
said no to this. I mean, how bad does something have to be for those guys to be like, probably not, you
Well,
know?
shit's getting real, and I think a lot of people in these companies and these organizations might be going through something themselves, and they might realize like some people are in so far they might as well just keep going and pushing the beast, but others I think might be looking for a way out, honestly.
Man,
Or they maybe they didn't know, maybe they were lied to and they thought their project was good intentioned, well
maybe,
intentioned and all stuff, and then they're starting to see like, holy shit, we're complicit in this, like we can't keep doing
maybe.
this, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, it's bad business. Uh, for
BD.
sure. So the answer is Marburg. I see a couple of people were like, "Oh, I just saw that in the news." Yeah, the answer is B, Marburg. It's crazy. It's a hemorrhagic fever too, which is horrible. But they had published an article on the 22nd of April called "The Next Pandemic, Marburg question." And recently there have been a shit ton of mainstream media articles that are talking about like the upcoming Marburg threat, right? What's crazy is now this is a relatively rare hemorrhagic fever. I guess first described in like 1967. There have only been 376 deaths, and only 16 of those deaths since 2005. But for some reason, right, Gates and Co. are convinced that this is the next problem. And they've got companies, naturally, one called Primer Design that has already developed a one-step PCR test for Marburg, right? They've got Sologenics that is rushing to trial a vaccine called Rivax for Marburg that is based, the vaccine, oh, I said the word, is based on ricin, right? From the cat, ricin, like legit ricin. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it can be,
No, ricin?
yes. So ricin is something that you can make from the seeds of a castor plant, but it can be used. I mean, that by itself could be used to do horrible things to an inordinate number of people, but they're using it as the basis for this jab that Sologenics is now rushing to market, right? And now there are all these articles. As a matter of fact, I had just seen something on Twitter before I came on here that was listing the symptoms and noting that the symptoms were oddly similar to maybe some of the similar symptoms that we're seeing from, in the VAERS database. I'll just leave it at that. And
Yeah.
out of nowhere, they
Whatever
picked this
you
random, whatever I just said. Thanks,
whatever you just said.
CK
No,
White Horse for the cookie.
it's not even remotely shocking to me, to be honest.
Hmm.
Like I know this stuff's going on. We know, like we see it. We see things for what they are. It's like everything that comes out now, we know it's been planned. It's not some random act of nature. I watched this video the other day. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's these girls, just for the hell of it, they decided to take some of the PCR tests and they're running them under tap water. And some of them were coming positive, some of them were negative, like but they were running them all under the same tap water.
It's crazy,
Like,
right?
well, like how is that? How is that sufficient? Like, how is that gonna? What good is that doing? How many people have tested positive that have never had it? Probably a lot of them.
Bruh, and yes, guys, like in Breaking Bad, that ricin, yes, exactly. It's crazy because I mean, think about that. There have only ever been 376 deaths, only 16 since 2005. But suddenly, Gates and Co. have decided that this is the next problem. There's all kinds of articles on it. They're making a PCR test. They're making, and this is a hemorrhagic fever, right? Like this is bad, right? This is like actual bad. So you guys heard it here first, man.
Everything.
Like,
Well, all these channelers and all these psychics and everything, they're saying that whenever they look into the future right now, they see it not getting worse before it gets better.
oh yeah,
And so I mean, I'm ready to start. Like we're getting taxed on our mileage. We got obviously new diseases being
right.
worked on. It's gonna get pretty shitty.
It's
But
crazy. It's craziness.
um,
Craziness.
sorry, I'll just stay home and paint.
Right. I don't go outside anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is
Um.
fine.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Bring it.
In Drunvalo Melchizedek's book, The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, he claims there's a sunken chain of islands located between Hawaii and Easter Island
Ooh.
that was once home to which ancient civilization? Do I need to read that question again?
If you want to.
I will. In Drunvalo Melchizedek's book, The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, he claims there's a sunken chain of islands located between Hawaii and Easter Island that was once home to which ancient civilization? By the way, this chain of sunken islands is visible on most maps. They're just shown underwater.
Mm. Oh, I
A,
bet.
Lemurians, B, Atlanteans, C, Phoenicians, D, Sumerians.
Lemurians.
Lemurians, B, Atlanteans, C, Phoenicians, D, Sumerians. We have Lemuria.
Hmm.
Lemuria. A lot
Right.
of people read that book apparently. I might as well say it. You guys are all wrong. No, I'm joking.
What?
The answer is Lemuria. And it is very interesting. You can see, so they say like the Oh my God, what do they call those guys on Easter Island? The Moki, the Maki,
Moai.
Moai, the Moai, and then some of the ancient. There's similar statues and stuff on Hawaii. Is all part of ancient Lemuria, actually.
Do you know the a lot of those Moai statues go down into the ground. They're huge.
Yeah, they're
Like not
massive.
just the heads,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy. And you know what? I read something else about Easter Island the other day. Apparently, there are there's no fresh water, and they could not figure out where the native people were getting fresh water from. And apparently, there are these inlets that that take in the salt water from the sea and kind of filter it into these somewhat freshwater um, out that end up being outlets that they had found a way to store up this water and stuff. Anyway, I know that's kind of, but that's where they got their water. It was crazy, but they had
Well,
this like, I mean, that's pretty clever. Thanks, Sean Joe, for the cookie. Hi, good to see you.
well, I just read, came up in one of these articles that popped up the other day. There's some type of new technology, some enzyme somebody discovered that turns any seawater into drinkable water in like a minute.
Oh yeah,
You
they
just,
have desalination now that they're
yeah,
using.
but
Israel uses it, but they have portable ones too. Like they plan on
yeah,
putting on that like what they were calling the eighth continent. They were going to build this thing to clean up the oceans and it was going to process and desalinate ocean water and shit. Like we could totally do that.
yeah, easily. Well, you could turn ocean water into drinking water. And if we're figuring that out now, I mean, maybe these ancient civilizations had a way to do that also.
Oh,
Maybe.
for sure. For sure. There had to have been a way. There had to have been a way. Um, and yes, Golden Crisp, just the tip shows of the
Hmm.
Moai, right? Just the tip.
Just a tip.
Right? Okay. The only family estimated to be worth, and this is according to published stuff, guys. The only family estimated to be worth more than the Rothschilds with a net worth of 1.4 trillion is who? Is it A, the Newhouse family, B, the Windsors, C, the Ambani family, or D, the House of Al Saud?
I'm gonna go with the Windsors.
The Windsors. Final
Is
answer?
that is that even a family?
Yeah, that's the royal family. The
I
Windsors.
thought, yeah, the Windsor Castle. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's those guys, right? That's those guys. Let's see what the chat thinks. Um, Thanks, Brooklyn, for throwing that in there. Yeah, guys, if you want to donate, you can donate directly at loyal2thefoil.com or my Cash App, which is obviously listed in the description below on YouTube. Gold pills are appreciated, and much love to all of you for your continued support. Thank you. Um,
We got a mix of everything
I
coming
see,
through.
right? Let's see. The answer is actually D. The House of Al Saud. That's Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, those guys have a
The
shit ton of
largest
money.
net worth. Interesting. Doesn't
Hmm.
surprise me.
Nope. Nope. And actually, the Windsors are behind the Rothschilds. Like the Rothschilds were making money before those guys were even really established.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, right? Yes, the Saudis. Exactly.
All right. Ready?
Bring it.
All my questions are based in location. According to alleged super soldier James Rink, what is located beneath the Hilton Garden Hotel in Waikiki Beach, Honolulu? So, according to alleged super soldier James Rink, what is located beneath the Hilton Garden Hotel in Waikiki Beach, Honolulu? A. Unlimited supply of rice aroni. B.
A. It's A.
B. B. A CIA drug smuggling operation. C. Project Montauk type facility. D. Undersea naval submarine base.
Well, seeing as I'm gonna go with a Montauk type facility. I'm just guessing here. Thank you for the shades, Life of Brian. Much love to you. Good to see you here.
So, what's hidden beneath the Hilton Garden Hotel in Waikiki Beach, Honolulu? A. Unlimited supply of rice aroni. B. CIA drug smuggling operation. C. Project Montauk type facility. D. Undersea naval submarine base.
All of
We
the
have
above?
A, C, D, C, 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 D, D. It is C. Montauk type facility.
Yay! What is
Of
going
course,
on at the hotels? I'm sorry, go right ahead. You have a
well,
lot of
so he
crazy
said
hotel
like,
questions today.
well, yeah, the claim from a lot of these whistleblowers is the Hilton hotels are like a is like a guy. It's like
Right.
the basement of all these Hilton hotels lead to some network of underground tunnel
Ooh.
system. And there's like Montauk stuff. Some of them, there's like satanic rituals being performed underneath some of these hotels. Blah blah. Basically, like word to the wise, stay. Don't book your room at a Hilton.
Right. Or do book your room at a Hilton and then tell us what happens. Tell us
Right.
what you find.
Right.
There's the real deal. Right? I don't know, jump rooms, Montauk's, like all kind of crazy stuff going on at the hotels, man. Um,
Well, it's easy, and it's just like the basement. They just like apparently like there's like same with Walmarts. All the Walmarts apparently lead to
Walmarts are creepy.
apparently they all lead to underground. They all have some sort of elevator or stairs that go to an underground tunnel system. Um,
Well, that'll be super useful when they're all camps, when we're
yeah,
all at Camp Walmart, right?
FEMA camps, right?
Right. All right. All right. I learned something new here, okay? According to, I think, Sergey Monast, the four-step project designed by NASA and the United Nations would allow these organizations to accomplish what he believed to be their ultimate goal of creating a New Age religion led by the Antichrist in order to start a New World Order dictatorship. And
You
it
gotta
was,
read that question
I'm
again.
going to, and it was called what? Okay. According to Serge Monast, the four-step project designed by NASA and the United Nations would allow these organizations to accomplish what he believed to be their ultimate goal of creating a New Age religion led by the Antichrist in order to start a New World dictatorship. And it was called what? Is it A, Project Silo, B, Project Godspell, C, Operation Feldspar, or D, Project Bluebeam?
What was C?
Operation Feldspar.
See if it's in my table of contents of my
Oh,
NASA
look
book.
at you cheating and shit, man. Right? Yeah,
I don't know why.
this was
I don't know
really
why
interesting to me.
Silo sounds like rings a bell to me, but I don't know the answer to the question. So I'm gonna go with Silo.
Project Silo. Let's see. Loaves and Fish says Project Silo. Up 3 says Project Godspell. Let me go over here. Let me try and click on DLive and see what's going on over here. By the way, apparently you can now join my DLive channel and become a loyalist. So, feel free to do that. There will be perks of some sort, stickers and such. Let's see. Hey, Julie65, thanks for the lemons. Hey, Soul Rico, thanks for the lemons. Who else over here? Duppy Montana, Keese, saying Feldspar. What else is going on over here? NX17, good to see you. Uh, Wonder Mod. Hey, Wonder Mod. Thanks for your help today. Yes, Team Tartaria, you guys are up on the screen now. Look at you. Tesla Dub says no cheating, Tyler. No cheating.
I'm not gonna find it anyway. It's
Right?
this book. It's called Dark Mission: The Secret History of NASA, but it talks about
Ooh.
all the occult purposes and all that stuff. And I haven't read it all yet. I've skimmed through it. This actually used to be Aaron's book,
You guys got a
but
lot of
it seems fascinating. So I'm gonna have to dive into it.
right? You guys got a lot of super crazy books over there, man. That's awesome. I see Namster said Marburg. I think you're a little behind there, fam. Right.
Right?
So this is going to surprise everybody. It was Project Bluebeam. So listen, right?
Yeah. Let's
Right,
hear it.
this I'm going to give you the whole thing here because I was like, "What?" So apparently, and this guy was one of the first people to write on this, and he wrote this a while ago, but he said that NASA would implement Project Bluebeam with a system of advanced mind control as well as top secret technology in order to trick everybody into believing there'd been a second coming of sorts. But first, step one, I didn't know Project Bluebeam was like a 4-step process. And apparently it is. So apparently step one would involve the manufacture of artificially created earthquakes in strategic locations around the world. These earthquakes would, according to the conspiracists here, unearth artifacts indicating that the religious doctrines of all nations have been misunderstood for centuries, thus discrediting all religions. That's step one. Step two would involve the gigantic space show. Now, this is what we all think of when we think of Project Bluebeam. Thank you, Unchained, for the cookie. So,
Mm-hmm.
during step two, three-dimensional optical holograms, as well as laser projections of holographic images, would beam across the sky. The images would include projections of Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, and then they would merge into one. Right? Manast explained the technology behind this display, saying that the conspirators would use space-based laser generating satellites to project simultaneous images to the four corners of the planet in every language and dialect according to the religion. The third step is where the mind control would take center stage. Apparently, in step three, telephonic communication devices would, voice of God tech, would send waves to reach each person in their own mind and convince everybody that their own God is speaking to them from the depths of their own soul. So, literally, voice of God tech. And then step four, Project Bluebeam would make use of various technologies in order to convince people that alien invasions and the rapture itself were taking place at the same time, making it easier for the powers that be to take control of the fear-addled populace.
Well, way to foil their plans, foil.
Bruh.
You told everybody, now they can't do it.
Right? Like we all just think, oh, they're gonna project the aliens like that. That's the end of it. No, there's a whole,
That's
there's a
way too
whole.
thought out. Way too thought out.
But I mean, it kind of makes sense,
Right? I mean, they're smarter than we are,
right? I mean,
but
it
they're also
kind of makes
stupider than we.
sense,
First of all, the devil always tells on himself.
bruh.
So, you
Right?
know, they no, they're never going to get away with anything because there's that law. It's
Right?
like I
Where they
believe
got to
it's a
tell
law.
us or whatever. We've got to
Yeah,
consent. It makes me think of I've been watching Doctor Who lately, clearly.
sure.
When the monks come and to take over the earth, they have to make them consent freely out of love. Like they can't, they've got to ask them to be there or whatever. So it had me thinking. Thanks for the follow, Aurora on DLive, and thank you, Storms Up for the lemon. Um, yeah, but I mean that's crazy. Like they got a whole 4-step process to fuckery, right? And they're determined to implement this. And it actually, in my tinfoiled head, makes complete and perfect sense as far as something that they would
No, it does.
absolutely try and do.
And I believe they're capable of it. We know they're capable of triggering earthquakes, weather manipulation. We know blue beam's real. We know my voice of God is real. We have all the tools there that have been disclosed
Well, the
now.
dude wrote this before
Yeah,
and then how many earthquakes and weird like I'm just
yeah,
saying, guys. I'm just saying. As long as I'm just saying, I'm not actually saying, I think we're okay, right? It's
we are.
crazy.
We I
We
we I.
alright. It's alright.
All right, here we go. In July of 2017, a quote conspiracy theory went viral that missing children were being trafficked via online furniture store Wayfair.com. It later surfaced that the website Alibaba.com was exposed for smuggling what substance in a similar fashion? Do I need to
Ooh.
read? All right, I'll read it again.
Read it again.
In July of 2017, a quote conspiracy theory went viral that missing children were being trafficked via online furniture store Wayfair.com. It later surfaced that the website Alibaba.com was exposed for smuggling what substance in a similar fashion? A. Fentanyl. B. Adrenochrome. C. Human organs. D. Cocaine.
Hmm.
A. Fentanyl. B. Adrenochrome. C. Human organs. D. Cocaine. Guys, if you some people may have seen my Facebook post the other day, and they know the answer to this. But
Right? I see everybody's going with adrenochrome. I'll rock with that too. Even though I think fentanyl would, it's Alibaba, Chinese company, like maybe it's fentanyl.
so go ahead and let me screen share,
Yeah, I got you.
please.
Yes, sir.
Let me pull a picture first.
You got the keys, sir. You got the keys.
Prince Ali, fabulous
I know,
he,
right? Alibaba.
Alibaba, strong as 10 regular
Don't, because then
men.
it's gonna be stuck. Like now I'm gonna have an earworm. Joven Hutt says Mark of the Beast will be a tracker to protect against alien abduction. This will be the explanation of the rapture. Oh Lord.
So the answer is adrenochrome. And you guys can all do this. Go to Alibaba.com. I don't know if you can see this. I can't make it a whole lot bigger because of the size of the image. Do you
What
see that?
is this? Look at
Okay.
this.
So I literally found this browsing around myself. All you have to do, so apparently, from people I've been talking to, it's actually not illegal to sell adrenochrome.
Well, they make synthetic
Yeah.
shit too.
Yeah. So I typed in adrenochrome on this website, and literally what comes up is adrenochrome, harvested adrenochrome, human purity 99, children with AAA batteries. And there's a video, and this is a screenshot, so I can't show you, but there's a video of a guy. It's a stuffed animal, and he opens up the stuffed animal and he pulls out like this little battery pack, and there's like an empty place where the batteries will go, where apparently that they put the adrenochrome in to ship it to you, but it comes and you'll get a stuffed animal. There is so many examples of this on the website, and a lot of it is hidden under tractors, harvesting tractors.
Oh dear God.
Harvest is the keyword, so they're hidden under harvesters, and it's just like Wayfair. It's like
Bruh.
it's like way too much money for these harvesters, and then if you read the description of each one, it's all comms. They're all code words. You can totally tell it doesn't make any sense, but it's a legitimate website. And uh, somebody told me this used to be the case. I wasn't able to prove it myself. I tried, but apparently it used to be the case where there you can type in the code on the bottom of a Pringles can and it would take you to this website. That's not the case anymore.
Oh,
Maybe
not Pringles, man.
but then there's some really weird Pringles commercials and some really weird stuff around Pringles. Once you dive into that, it's all crazy. But yes, it is a real website, and I even was gonna send inquiry. I was gonna like ask them a question about it. But you have to type in your personal information. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But I mean, adrenochrome, harvested adrenochrome, human purity 99, children with AAA batteries. Like
That's
that.
creepy as shit, though.
Yeah.
Right? That's creepy as shit, dude. Oh, man.
Go, everybody, go Alibaba.com, check it out.
Right.
And you can type in, I don't think it's just adrenochrome. I think all like everything I mentioned is on there. Like it's a disturbing website. Like they're hiding all kinds of stuff on there.
This is why I just stay in the house, man. These people are crazy. They're crazy. Yeah,
All right.
no end to the crazy. Exactly, Greg.
Uh,
Exactly. Freaking wild. Um, damn. All right. Well, I have a kind of a two-part question for you. All right. So, Terry Davis was like a minor celebrity in the hacker community. He had developed an operating system called Temple OS, right? He claimed to communicate with God, who had told him to develop the OS, right? Oh, shit, I did that all backwards. That's terrible. Terry
Fail.
Davis, right? Oh, question fail. That was horrible. Terry Davis, the developer of Temple OS, a computer operating system, claims he got the instructions to build the OS from where? A, the CIA, B, the Pleiadians, C, God, or D, the Illuminati?
So you gave us the answer
I
already.
did. It was God. So this
Yeah.
dude claimed God literally told him how to build this operating system, which apparently you can still get, right? Which is wild. And
Well,
building an
what does the operating system do exactly?
I haven't the slightest clue. But
Okay.
apparently building an entire operating system on your own is very difficult thing,
Complex.
especially
Really.
back in the day. So like he has this like cult following, right? So um that's so he gained this notoriety in the hacker community. Okay. Now here's the second part of the question. This same Terry Davis that developed the Temple OS alleged to have uncovered a CIA plot in the 60s that claimed that the CIA was doing what? A, trying to destroy the moon. B, capturing mutants and extracting their abilities. C, trying to get India to launch missiles at Russia. Or D, secretly controlling the stock market.
Man, I don't know, but I want to guess mutants because that sounds.
Right?
uh, what was the first?
Oh,
What was A?
with the rock candy,
What was
right?
A?
Yowanda. A was trying to destroy the moon. B was capturing mutants and extracting their abilities. C was trying to get India to launch missiles at Russia. And D was secretly controlling the stock market.
What would the benefit be of trying to destroy the moon? I'm gonna go with A.
Right? Do they need a benefit, man? It's the
Well,
CIA.
there's a lot of movies that show the moon destroyed in the future, so maybe they're hinting at something.
Maybe. Maybe. Let's
I'm gonna
see.
go with
See
A.
what the people think. Right? Oh, I see D, A, D, D, B, D. Hmm. Hmm. Thumperos is the US government and Gates steals your operating system and sells it and calls it Windows. Well, right?
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
was it really God telling him though?
Yeah.
Maybe it
It's
was that evil
voice of God.
AI, right?
Maybe it was voice of God.
Or
Yeah.
that, right? Um, so the answer to the question is B, capturing mutants and extracting their abilities. It's crazy because, yeah,
You had
right?
to laugh at me for my guess.
Of course I did. So the conspiracy theory alleges that the CIA conducted experiments on captured mutants in the 60s. They extracted the abilities and got powers from it, right? The only problem was that they were cursed with the annoying condition of apparently glowing in the dark, right? So this Terry Davis guy, he died in a train accident in 2018. He had exposed this, right? And he claimed to have hit and killed some of these glowing CIA agents with his car. And like to this day, like even now, even though this happened like way back in the day, there are apparently like 1,000 Google searches a month for glow in the dark CIA. And if you look it up, you will see all of this.
That's really interesting. I've never heard that.
Isn't that I told you I was looking for weird stuff nobody ever talks about. And apparently he said God told him how to build the Temple OS. And then all of a sudden he stumbles onto this glow in the dark CIA plot. So,
What there is a movie that's somewhat depicts that. I can't think of it.
what,
But
where are the mutants, man?
I mean,
Where are the mutants?
they're all of us.
Are we the
We
mutants?
just haven't tapped into our abilities yet.
Right? If they extract my magical abilities, will you then glow in the dark? Like
Most likely.
that's what I need to know.
All right.
Uh,
I have
Wait, Tiffany,
one.
if you want a wand, all of the links are in my description below. Contact Yuvonda. They're awesome. They're also good at blocking all of the, you know, horrible 5G and EMF shenanigans.
I am going to.
Okay. I need the pink one. I
She
like the
doesn't
pink
just
one.
have that. She has
Yeah.
tower busters, pendulums, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
My last question.
Okay.
By the way, coming up with these questions is fun.
Isn't it?
It's like it forces you to do a little research and tap into stuff, things you've learned in the past.
I know, right? You see, you guys don't know this, but like these cards, I had bought like every variation of this game, and we went through all of these cards already. So now, like I said, if you want to submit your own questions and try and stump your fellow viewers, do submit them at loyal2thefoil
Or
at protonmail.com.
trying to stump us,
Or try to stump us, right? There you go.
but it won't work because you have to submit the answer too. So,
Way to ruin it, Tyler. Good job, Tylena.
all right. On June 28th, 2018, President Trump and members of Zap Surgical Systems participated in a groundbreaking ceremony in Wisconsin for the construction of a Foxconn factory that Trump stated would be the eighth wonder of the world. Now that Trump has left office, construction has all but stopped on this project. What cutting edge technology was rumored to be developed at this facility?
Go
Let
ahead
me read it again.
before I spit the answers out.
On June 28, 2018, President Trump and members of ZAP Surgical Systems participated in a groundbreaking ceremony in Wisconsin for the construction of a Foxconn factory that Trump stated would be the eighth wonder of the world. Now that Trump has left office, construction has all but stopped on this project. What cutting edge technology was rumored to be developed at this facility? A. Anti gravity motors. B. Replicators. C. Med beds. D. Free energy device that could power your home.
Med beds.
A. Anti gravity motors. B. Replicators. C. Med beds. D. Free energy device that could power your home.
Golden Crisp says the wall. Right? It's the wall.
The wall, yeah.
Right? Definitely a magical device.
We have Tiffany says, I should know this. We have med beds. We have C. Thanks, Tyler. That's Yuvonda.
Yeah,
Thanks,
hey!
Tyler and Foil. I'm listening while cleaning. Thanks for shot. We have Mary Maya. C. Everything's C. The correct answer is C. Med beds.
Whoop whoop.
So there is a picture with Trump next to one of these beds. And I think the picture comes from actually California. I don't know. There was some prototype in California. Pictures online, Trump standing next to it. I went and saw it. And according to Johann Fritz and some other whistleblowers, people who know, I don't know how they know, but it's like a 0.01 type med bed. It's like the very first level of a med bed that they're going to roll out. And then it's just like the cell phones. They're just going to keep getting better and better, even though they have the best one. They're just going to keep, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it specifically was going to like target cancer cells and cure cancer, is what it was going to do. And apparently, now that he's out of the picture, they're like, we'll just scrap that project.
Yeah, they're like, yay, pandemic.
But according to Johann, he says there is a place in Phoenix, Arizona that does have one of these beds, and it is publicly available. It's not labeled a med bed, but it has those type of abilities. It doesn't cure everything, but it can target specific cancer cells and stuff like that. And I can even maybe find out from where, but he says it absolutely exists, and you can go and use it in Phoenix.
Allegedly, right?
Well, I mean, apparently not allegedly. Like it's a real thing in Phoenix right now. I just don't know where, and I don't know how much it costs.
$1 billion.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, that would be awesome. Imagine that they shut down the project. Who'd have thunk it?
Right.
Who'd have thunk it?
And then but then when you try and read about it on Google, they don't say anything about that. They said the factory was going to develop LCD screens. Why would they stop construction if that's all it was going to do is be a factory that produces LCD screens?
Right, just like the Giga Teslas, they're just building batteries, man. It's just batteries. Nothing else is going on there, right? Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Tyler, the theory that the internet is slowly suffering from link rot and is now comprised primarily of bots is called what? A, the false internet theory. B, the rotten internet theory. C, the dead internet theory. Or D, the Googleplex theory.
C.
Final answer?
Absolutely.
Right? Can't imagine why I put this in here.
Yeah, you are, girl. Like I'm stupid. You must think I'm stupid.
Let's see what the peeps say. Right. Well, this is another one that a lot of people have not really talked about. And I started looking and I was like, what is this wildness?
I didn't know about it until I saw your little post the other day.
Right. Hey, Mike Holt, good to see you. Much love to you. Right. Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much caught on. It is the dead internet theory, which Alara and I will be talking about Monday on Conspiracy Couch, right? Um,
That link is already available. That's
the
how I
link is
know.
already available, right?
Yeah.
It's already up. Go hit the set a reminder and be there, right? It's actually kind of crazy. Like, some of the way that they've broken this down just had me tripping. Like, we obviously everything is controlled by the algorithm now, but there have been studies that have shown that they think something like 80% of the content being put out on the internet right now is being done by bots, and we know that I'm a bot, so I mean
Well,
it must be true,
and
right?
then you had those AI prophet bots, those god bots or whatever,
Yes,
putting out
yes,
typing their own scriptures.
scriptures,
Um,
yes.
if that can happen, there's no doubt that there's bots that can write articles
Oh,
and
they
do.
have they this
Yeah,
is done. The GPT-3 that
yeah.
Elon Musk has invested in. Oh, Blonde BLQ, thanks for the ship. Much love to you and good to see ya. Yeah, listen, this oh, it's open source. So like the guy that did the Godbot thing fed it full of all of these, scriptures from around the world, and now the thing is creating its own. They absolutely write articles. They can absolutely even create videos and whatever else now. So I mean, theoretically, I could not be real, and you would maybe never know, right? Except you met me in
I
Sedona, but don't tell anybody that, right?
maybe that was you.
Right. It could not have. It might not have even have been me. We don't know. We
Yeah,
don't know,
the fake
right?
foil bought me a birthday present.
Yep. The foil bot.
Yeah,
I am the foil bot. Right.
but you guys will have a chance to meet foil in person
Ah,
at our conference.
this is true. I saw WonderMod was putting the link to your secret space program website, secretspaceprogram.info, right? Secret Space
Secret Space Conference.
Conference.info, right?
Yes,
I gotta start putting that in the links. I gotta add that to your links in the YouTube. Yeah, Alara
it's
and I
so
will be there. It'll
it's
be
so far
awesome.
away. I mean, I know like we're way ahead of the game promoting this thing. Like I don't. If it was me and I'm going to a conference, like
Well, it's good.
I
It
would
gives people time to save up, figure
say,
out what
but
they
I wouldn't
need.
like.
Like,
I imagine like after the first of the year, it might we get a lot more buzz
I don't
going
know,
around,
Tyler, though. They want 8 cents a mile, bruh. Like, we might have to talk about this. That's crazy.
right? Well,
Well, did you see Feinstein? Freaking, like, is it not past her time already? Like, I don't understand. Did you see that she introduced a bill now to require passports for domestic air travel?
yeah, I knew that was coming. I've read about
Well,
that.
of course. How much longer until they just start putting up, checkpoints on the highways and shit? Like,
That's
it's
when we
crazy.
that's when we gotta go find that where these jump rooms are and
Right,
these
exactly.
locations, and to that we'll hijack the
Yeah, we're
underground
taking
tunnel
shit
system.
over, man. Like,
Yeah.
right? Jump room is mine, right? Jump room secure, right? All that.
Um. What
All
else would I
right.
want to talk about? Oh, I love how we finally have verifiable proof that Biden is being filmed on set.
Oh, yes.
I love
Right?
that because at first it was like a conspiracy theory. We're like, oh, that's not the real Oval Office. That's not the real White House. And like it was pretty obvious it wasn't the same one that Trump was in. That was for
Right.
sure. But then there was all these like, oh, they changed the wallpaper. That's the first thing they do is redecorate. And like, not in 2 days. Like, you know, so we had to argue our way through that one. Now we have like
Right.
Colbert and all these people actually reporting on this now. And like, okay, but why? Why does he have to be in a fake White House set?
Well, they were even saying like where he says he's at in the White House, and then they're showing the Rose Garden out back. Like it's not even. It doesn't even line. Like that's not even possible. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, and then you see that it's fake windows.
right.
When I watched the video, like my gut was screaming, like this is fake. You could even listen to the audio. There's like a huge echo, like they're in a warehouse or something. It's not a room in the White House. I can tell by the construction, the everything in construction from being in commercial. There's a way that you build temporary walls, and you can tell by the way it meets the floor. Like I just know that look. I don't know how to describe it, but those are all temporary walls built. I just knew it. I was like, this is fake. It is a fake set. The floor was the brand new. I mean, it was just
It's crazy, right?
yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah, you had a lot of good pictures from that. Like I had people were flipping out on Twitter about that for sure.
yeah.
Um, what would they do if we found all the jump rooms, right? Cry, probably. I would imagine. I don't know. Um, hmm, interesting. All
Right.
right, Tylena, who is Adam Weishaupt? A, the man who created the Illuminati. B, the man who invented the couch. C, the man who invented the light bulb. Or D, the man who created the modern cult of Moloch.
The man who invented the light bulb
Clearly,
because it
clearly.
wasn't Edison. It wasn't Edison.
No, it wasn't. He totally jacked somebody else's shit for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what the chat thinks. Oh, Cad says Foilbot is just an avatar of Space Mouse. Obviously. Obviously. Oh,
Joy Ian said Trump used that room too. When did he? I wonder. I mean, maybe he did. I don't monitor Trump like that, but I don't remember seeing that, and I don't remember anybody raising any red flags.
All right. Thank you, Duppy, for the ice cream. Um, let me see. What are they saying over here? Uncle Fester clearly invented the light bulb, says Duppy. Right? Obviously. Obviously. Um, yeah, Adam Weishaupt is the man who created the Bavarian Illuminati.
Really?
Indeed. Indeed. A name we should all burn into our memories, apparently. Right? He certainly thought he was important. Um, let me see. Okay.
So what year? When?
Ooh, did I just glitch? Sorry about that. Uh, man, I don't know. That wasn't like 1870 something. Somebody help me
Yeah.
out here. 1871?
Well,
Or was
then
it
that
1771? Something.
was he Australian? Because that's where that like the headquarters are. Is Pine Gap. The Bavarian Illuminati allegedly like all
Well,
originated
I
in
would think it
Australia.
originated in Bavaria, but
Well, yeah, but they have some headquarters that apparently is their main.
isn't Pine Gap aren't they the ones that shot at that UFO that we got that
Yeah,
footage where you could
correct,
see the
correct.
and
Yeah, it's like
it like spun around and took off like, "Oh, hell no, I'm out."
yeah, Pine Gap is the. You mean the one from the space station footage?
Yes, we got like ISS footage and it
That was
shows
90. That was like 92,
that was a
I
long
think.
time ago.
Yeah, yeah, but no, clearly there's a flash, and then you could see this ship like it's like oh shit, and then
Yeah,
turn
he dips
around,
out
and then
like, "Oh,
turn
I'm out."
around, and then there's like a missile that just misses it. Yeah,
Yeah, not even like it looks like a beam of light
yeah,
shoots
like
up
it's
from.
sure like a energy weapon. Yeah,
Mhm. They're saying 1776. I thought it was 1871 or maybe it was 1771. It was something like that. But yeah, they've been doing that shit for a while now. Um, Edison was a creep. I've heard that. I've heard that.
I got
Okay.
time for one more foil.
All right. I got you. I got you. Well, okay. We'll close with this one. Tylena's got to run, guys. Um, according to Captain K, a U.S. Marine that spent 15 years defending the secret Mars colony, what two alien species currently inhabit the planet? Is it A, the reptilians and the greys, B, the greys and the insectoids, C, the reptilians and the insectoids, or D, the Romulans and the Klingons?
Well, for I know one is the insectoids. I'm gonna say
It could be the
reptilians, and
Romulans and the Klingons. Are you
I
sure?
mean obviously, but I'm gonna say you're talking about Randy Kramer. First of all, that's who that is, and it's definitely insectoids. I don't know if it's grays or reptilians though, or the other is the other one.
Let's see
I'm
what
gonna
the
say I'm gonna guess reptilians and grays. I
reptilians.
mean reptilians and insectoids.
Insectoids. All right. So A was reptilians and greys, B was greys and insectoids, C was reptilians and insectoids, and D was Romulans and Klingons.
Yeah, C. I'm going with C also.
Going with C. Let's see. Let me and while the chat is pondering on that, let me oh here. You guys get your lemons because I'm gonna throw some in there. If it'll let, there it goes. It'll let me click. There you go. Boom. Let me go over here and do the scratching. And just so you guys know, you are right, Tylena. We're closing on a win here. It was the reptilians and the insectoids. Didn't he also say that there were like spider
Oh yeah,
aliens that were coming to
everybody,
invade Earth or some shit recently?
every whistleblower that has been spent time on Mars said there's giant spiders there.
This is where I have a problem, man. This is where I have a problem. Like, you'll never catch my ass on Mars. That is for sure. That is for sure. All right, guys. The scratching has been released.
Go back
Get your
to Google.
scratching.
Go back to Google on your thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Click on the guy. Where does that take you?
If I click on the guy,
Yeah.
uh, oh, La Raza, Mexicano, Espanol, Latino, Hispano, Chicano. What's going on here?
Yeah, you know
What is going on here?
did you know every day when you click on it, it takes you somewhere different.
Yeah, I never. Oh, is there a whole story here?
So there was one where this guy, or not this guy, I'm sitting here looking at the picture. If you notice, every once in a while there's that one little digital pixelated one that looks like a video game.
Yeah.
If you click it, it takes you to an RPG video game you can actually play.
Oh, I did not
Yeah,
know that.
yeah, and uh it seems like a pretty fun game.
Look at this. My blood is pure. What's going on here, man? I thought we couldn't say that.
They're look at
What in the hell? What's going on? You got.
there's always subliminal shit. Sometimes it's pretty disturbing, sometimes it seems harmless.
Oh, nice little checkerboard floor there. Like, look at this. That's crazy. I don't know, guys. What do I got to tell you? Oh, so Sunday at 2 p.m. Space Shot 76 is going to be on with me live. And then this Tuesday will be Natalie Denise chilling with me at 9 p.m. So definitely, I'll be putting the link up for Space Shot here shortly. Definitely set your reminder and come hang out. Can't wait to chat with him. There will be no Space Force news this week. Just a reminder, guys. Alara is out doing IRL stuff. So we will be back with Space Force news next Sunday. But Monday, we will be doing our dead internet theory for Conspiracy Couch. And don't forget about the based bodacious broad squad on Amy Joe's channel on the Foxhole. So if you are watching on DLive or YouTube and you have not gone over and made a pilled.net account and got the Foxhole app, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Another great way to support some free speech platforms is to go over and make the free Rokfin account and follow me over there. Alara's over there too. There are a ton of good creators. If you're feeling froggy and you want to support my content, $9.99 a month, get you all the premium content on the entire platform if you subscribe through my channel. So that would be awesome. It's a wonderful way to support what I'm doing here. And then, as I mentioned, there's the Cash App and the Loyal2ThaFoil.com where you can donate directly, which is fantastic. Tylena, what do you got? You got anything you want to announce, or is this classified information again?
It's all classified. Busy month.
Oh, of course.
It was the first time prior to this past week. It was the first time since we started the podcast where we had no guest booked. We usually we were booked for a month, 2 months out always.
Right.
And a lot of them were sometimes were random when we throw them in there, but before Shariah, so it was total synchronicity. How next thing you know, basically, long story short, we're like way overbooked again, like out of nowhere. Like all these amazing guests, I'm super excited about. It's like the universe is like, okay, I got you. And
yeah, that's how that works. You just put your
yeah,
faith out there, and
yeah,
the blessings will
it's
flow,
crazy
man.
how it worked out. But we have I'm excited about the next month coming up. So
Well, I'm excited about the next month coming up.
next Thursday, guys, I'll be leaving for ECETI next Thursday, so I
Ooh.
won't be on the show next Friday.
Oh, yes,
So
that's right. I will have a special unannounced co-host as of right now, but don't you worry. It'll be somebody great. I'm sure of that. Um, all right. Well, that's that, I guess. Until next time.
Bring Aaron as a guest. Aaron will be with me at ECETI. So
Ah, I got a few people in mind. Don't you guys worry. Don't you guys worry. But until next time, we love you. Have a good weekend.
good night, guys.
Ooh, so what are you're leaving pretty soon here? Are you going to be doing any live streaming from the ECETI?
No, the only thing we might do is if James decides to have Aaron and I on his show while we're down there.
Right.
I've already kind of put the feelers out for that, but
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So doing anything exciting this weekend, Tylena? Any UFO watching? Anything?
Are we still live?
Of course. For about another 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
I UFO watch every night.
I know, right?
My roommate walked outside the other night randomly, and I followed him. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." And I look up, and he's like, "What is that?" And he was like, watching this shit, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like, and then like something I've only ever seen at ECETI is what we call flashers, and we saw one of those. And it was just like, and then every night since then, I haven't seen anything. I got some night vision goggles my dad bought, and he wants me to try them out. They were like $400, but they can record and everything else.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's been cloudy every night since he gave them to me.
Of course.
So,
of course.
but I plan on digging those out and using them to like come up with